what happened with Will Levis? Like, he gets hurt in September, and now, and he goes through OTAs, splitting reps, and then all of a sudden on the eve of training camp, he goes and gets shoulder surgery. Like, did he hurt himself in a spot that we didn't know? Like, what's your reporting on what happened with Will Levis in Tennessee? Tom?
We know Will Levis has had that issue with his throwing shoulder since back when he stretched and tried to get the first down, and then he tried to play through it, if you remember, the following week, and he really struggled, and then they finally decided, that they were going to have to give him a break. Think about this from Will Levis's perspective, and I don't know 100% of the ins and outs, but if you're Will Levis, regardless of what the coaching staff or anyone else is saying, Cam Ward is starting week 1. There is virtually no scenario in which the number 1 overall pick is not the starter. So Will Levis, at best, is competing to be the number 2 in Tennessee. You've had, let's call it, bumpy tape through the young course of his career. There have been a lot of decision-making issues and turnovers. Now let's say you feel like you are 90% or 80% of what you can normally be. That's what then you're putting on tape. That's what's being reported on if you're making mistakes. That's what ends up being on tape in the preseason. And teams that are looking at this for potentially trading for Will Levis during this training camp before the regular season, potentially looking at him beyond 2025, that's going to be what sticks in your head. Knowing all that, if Will Levis didn't believe that he could be 100%, it makes sense. Take care of your throwing shoulder above all else. Get 100% healthy, and then give this another go in 2026. It's hard to imagine that would be in Tennessee. I know that the Titans brass has said repeatedly that they were planning to keep Will Levis on the roster and they wanted to have an opportunity to compete. But again, there are certain things that I think have to be said at times. If you're Will Levis and you know that the deck is stacked against you here and you're not yourself, just go ahead. Take care of what you have to take care of here. It'll be interesting to see because Will Levis, he is a talented guy. He did have production in college at Kentucky. He's got a big arm. He's got the physical traits. The decision-making's just been all over the place, and that's been the biggest issue. Maybe a fresh start someplace else, wherever that ends up coming next season with a fully healthy shoulder. He could be that next guy, as we've seen a number of other reclamation projects in recent years, who could revive himself and get back on the field somewhere starting next year.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.